Hi everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to write an introduction for an essay in the IELTS Writing Task 2. An introduction is usually around 10% of the total word count. Some students find it easier to write the introduction in the first draft, while others prefer to write it after the body paragraphs have been finalized. However, I would suggest students to write the introduction before the body paragraphs. An introduction is the first thing your audience reads, so it needs to be clear, concise, and engaging. I'm going to give you 3 guidelines for writing an introduction. The first guideline is to keep the introduction brief. Ideally, you should aim for 3 sentences, but in some cases, 2 or 4 sentences can work. One-sentence introductions should be avoided. The second guideline is to keep the introduction clear. Don't try and be clever. Think clearly and aim to let the examiner know what you want to say by focusing on the question. The third guideline is to use your time carefully. My rule is not spending more than 6 minutes to write it. You need a good IELTS essay introduction, but one thing you do not want to do is spend too long writing it so that you end up rushing through your paragraphs. The 3 sentences of an ideal introduction consists of: the first sentence in this paragraph is the background information, which is fact. It introduces what this paragraph is going to be talking about. The second sentence is specific information, which tells the reader a little more information about exactly what the topic sentence is about. Then there is thesis statement. What will happen in this essay? What are you going to write about? Please note that you should not include your main reasons or arguments in the introduction. These should go in each of the body paragraphs. Now we are going to break down some introductions. Let's look at example 1. Question 1. In some countries, shopping online is replacing shopping at stores. Do you think this is a positive or negative development? For this question, the topic is shopping online. Here's one sample for the introduction. Shopping online is growing in popularity in many parts of the world. However, the impacts of this trend remains a source of constant debate. This essay will weigh up the pros and cons of this issue. In this introduction, the first sentence, shopping online is growing in popularity in many parts of the world, is the topic sentence. However, the impacts of this trend remain a source of constant debate, is the specific information sentence. This essay will weigh up the pros and cons of this issue. This is the thesis statement. Let's look at another question. Question 2. Some people think that it is best to live in a vertical city, while others think a horizontal city is better. What is your opinion? For this question, the topic is living in a vertical city versus a horizontal city. An introduction can be: today the rise in the number of tall buildings seems unstoppable. This is the topic sentence. It is believed that living in a city with tall buildings represents a great boon to its dwellers. This is the specific information sentence. The purpose of this essay is to outline the advantages of living in a vertical city as well as a horizontal city. This is a thesis statement. Let's look at another example. Question 3. In developed countries, populations are now living individually or in very small units. In your opinion, why is this the case, and what effects does it bring to society? For this question, the topic is the trend that people live in small families. For this question, an introduction can be: The tendency to lead an independent life or live in a very small family unit is growing in many developed countries nowadays. This is the topic sentence. The aim of this essay is to examine the factors which have contributed to this issue and discuss its consequences. This is the thesis statement. Question 4. In the developed world, the average life expectancy is increasing. What problems will cause for individuals and society? Suggest some measures. The topic of this question is the aging population. An introduction for this question can be: the aging population has become a matter of great concern in recent years. This is the topic sentence. This phenomenon proves to be more serious in industrialized nations. This is the topic sentence. Although there are undoubtedly some negative consequences of this trend, measures can be taken to mitigate these potential problems. This is the thesis statement. Remember, in the introduction, the sentence for background information needs to be provided to give the reader some context for the discussion. The specific information sentence needs to clearly state what the essay will argue and is a direct response to the essay question. And the thesis statement indicates the main ideas to be discussed in the essay so that the reader knows what to expect. And I'll see you in the next video, and we'll learn the background information sentence.